Thank you and welcome to another episode of the Carolina Otaku Podcast. I am Afro and I'm here with my co-host
Lexi.
Yeah. If you've been keeping up with us and keeping up with the TikToks and stuff, you know, we on the posting regular and all that shit.
He
You know how we
posting
start these
regular,
things.
not me.
Hey, I don't usually do weekends. I usually don't do weekends. I usually do just Monday through, and Fridays are pretty slow too. Monday through Thursday. I might do Saturday sometimes. But you know how we start these things off. You know what we've been up to, what's been going on. Honestly, I might have just added in honestly, because it seems like any purchases, anything that we thought about getting, anything that we are about to get. I mean, I feel like we just got to start adding that shit into these intros.
It always happens.
Yeah, for sure. So, Lexi, what have you been up to since the last time that we have talked?
Not much really. Enjoy the 4th of July off. That was good.
Yeah.
And then Crunchyroll just sprung a drop on me and was like, hey, we know you want this. Here you go. So Crunchyroll dropped a Logic and Cowboy Bebop collection. If you know, he did have the voice actor Spike on one of his albums in the past. I was so like when it dropped, I was like, this is something that they should have been did, but you know, whatever. So
who sent you that joint though?
What?
Who sent you that joint though?
Afro sent me the link. And I told him he knew what he was doing when he sent it to me because he knew I was going to buy it. Obviously, it's Cowboy Bebop. I'm going to buy it regardless. So he sent it to me, and he knew it was going to make content. So, anyways, I said he should have bought it for me because whatever. But anyways, I got the. They had a jacket. It's like an athletic jacket. It's really cute. It's like it's like blue, and then white, and then like gold. And then I also bought. They had a hoodie. I think I got
you bought the hoodie too.
Yeah, I bought the hoodie too. Anyway, so the hoodie has like the squad on the back, and they inserted Logic into the squad. I was like, oh, okay, whatever, that's fine.
Yeah, that shit would have been fired just with the squad on the back, just by itself. But you don't like Faye. You don't like Faye, do you?
I do not like Faye. We will not go into that rant, but yes, I do not like Faye.
Yo, the outfit was crazy. That's what's up. That's cool. Yeah, I came across that. It seems like Crunchyroll is. I mean, you can buy, you know, paraphernalia and figures and stuff anywhere, but it seems like Crunchyroll has some pretty good shit.
It does.
And if I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong, but if you have a Crunchyroll subscription, I think you get like a little discount on some stuff too, don't you?
Yeah, you get like a 10% discount.
Yeah. Get that Crunchyroll membership, you guys. This isn't sponsored or anything, but what are you doing? If you don't have it.
I mean, if you are using the like watch anime, you might as well go ahead and get the merch for get a discount.
Yeah, it's not like back in the day where you had to, you know, go looking for shit, go online, try to find it. I mean, it's all in one place. You guys got it easy. Was there anything else any other purchases or anything like that you've done recently? Any other?
No, not really.
Okay. What have I been up to? Holiday season, cooking, family came in. It was nice. It was really nice. Mother is 1 month away from retirement. I mean, she's ready for it. So I'll be going back up there for a little bit. Went back, you know, working at the range. Did a couple hours at the range this past weekend. The range this past weekend was crazy. There was this kid that came in, and he was, shooting. He had a shotgun and a nice canic pistol and everything like that. And he was shooting, and it was slow. It was raining, bad weather this weekend, and all that stuff. And he's shooting, and he's looking at his phone, and then out of nowhere, he's just like, "My girlfriend is breaking up with me." And I was like, "How old are you, man?" He's like 22, and I was like, "Bruh, look, you 22, you 22." I'm like, "Man, look, that shit gonna come and go." And he was just going through. I don't know what made him like want to express himself to us and tell us that, and maybe he just felt comfortable within that realm, which is actually really dope. Because we don't know this motherfucker from shit. Literally, we don't.
I think it's sometimes it's easier to tell a stranger your business than like your friends or your family. And then like if she was breaking up with him while he was at the range, I'm pretty sure he didn't have time to like react to it where he and so like you guys were there, so I guess like, all right, you're gonna hear my story. I don't care if I know you or not, you're gonna hear it because I'm going through it right now. So yeah.
I mean, I thought it was great because he he was around people that were older than him, you know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, he went through this whole shit about it. He was like, she has a kid, she's 22, she has like a 7-year-old child, all this stuff. And I was like, bruh, look, just let the shit go. Pick up a gun and just aim at a target and let that shit the fuck out. You're gonna meet other people. And he wasn't like an ugly looking kid, Asian kid, kind of stocky a little bit in the firearms and stuff. I'm like, dude, you trust me, you're young, you're 22, you'll be fine. Yeah, you'll be fine. But I thought that was very interesting that he did feel comfortable to say that. And like you said, it is sometimes better to tell a stranger because they don't have any sides. They don't have it's a neutral.
Yeah,
it's neutral until you actually start saying something and explaining the situation. So
and you have to be an old man and give wisdom. Look at you.
It was me being 33. It was a 51-year-old, and it was a 27-year-old married guy with a child. And I think it helped him a lot. I do think so. What else? Did I make any purchases? I'm thinking about some purchases for the truck. Do some upgrades to it. I posted a message within a group that I'm in for the truck's year, like 2009 to like 2007. And I was like, I'm thinking about getting a new truck, you guys. And what years past 2010 are good? And somebody was like, why the hell would you do that? They were like, why the fuck would you do that? You don't have a car note, and the year truck that you have is actually really good. So why go to some? He was like, honestly, you're just going to be paying for the tech within the car. That's it. And honestly, if you really need that, then you don't need a car in the first place. So I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. So he was like, I'd rather put thousands of dollars into the truck to make it better and last longer than go out and buy these new trucks that usually are pieces of shit anyway, because they're not really thinking about utility. They're more thinking about luxury and being more comfortable, which I get that, but whatever. So that was a thing. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, and maybe I'm just late to the party, if you have the money to buy a steamer that can clean floors, bathrooms, sinks, ovens, all that shit, buy it. Steam cleaning is the way to go. Fuck that whole fucking using chemical shit. I mean, you can use chemicals if you want to, sprays and shit, fine. But fuck that. Man, I bought a $40 steamer, which I'm gonna take back to Harbor Freight. But I used it and it worked. Clean my shower and everything, looking all spick and span and all that shit. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, I'm going on Amazon and I'm buying a better one tonight. Um, and tonight, and it is 9:34 p.m. 7/9/2024. I am buying a better steamer tonight, and my house is going to be dope. But yeah, steam claim. I saw this guy using a steamer on like TikTok and stuff. He was just like, I don't know, maybe people find it relaxing, but he's just using a steamer to clean everything and all that shit. You know, I got the cars. I can, clean the carpets and stuff like that. Really get in there, clean my wheels and all that shit, man. Oh my gosh, I will be using that shit a lot
everywhere.
Yeah. So yeah, that's something that I am going to be buying soon, purchase wise. And yeah, I mean, not too much else going on. Just working and just chilling. But in this episode, like guys, we usually come up with topics like literally like a couple days before we shoot, or we might not even have any topics at all. We just might wing that shit. But one good topic Lexi brought to me is that Beastars season 3 is coming out in December on Netflix. It's going to be split into 2 parts, and I'm ready for it. I mean, is it it's always sad to know that a series is about to end. It's sad. Like, ahead of time, you're like, yeah, this shit can't last forever. You know what I mean? Like, One Piece is gonna have to end
at some point.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Which I think is gonna happen soon. But I know when it ends, it's gonna be like a fucking funeral. It's gonna be like
y'all gonna be crying. Y'all gonna be in the anime groups, like beefing with everybody else.
Yep. And then you know what the funny thing is? They're gonna end it, and then they're gonna in 3 years, then they come back out, and everybody's gonna be older. They're gonna be like older pirates and all that shit. Luffy's gonna be like, I mean, he's an adult now, but he's gonna be like with a beard and all that shit, looking like Roger and shit. But yeah. So Beastars, looking forward to that. Looking to see what happens. If people read the manga, of course they're, already know what happens, but I'm just going to watch the visuals just to get it. Shut up, dude. We get it. You read. Shut up, dude. We get it. You read. All right. Damn.
Oh, alrighty. Some animosity, I see.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely looking forward to that for sure. But like I said, another topic in this episode, we're going to talk about that. Kind of, I thought about it and I was like, this is a real thing. And hopefully when we talk about this, the next convention that you go to, you'll spot these people out. Yeah, you'll spot these people out because they're really easy to spot out, and there are some characters or some people that have these traits that you're like, oh yeah, I see it, I get it. This makes sense. It definitely makes sense. So hold on, let me get this going real quick. So what we have here is these are the type of people that you meet at conventions, right? So So I saw this image and I read over it, and when I tell you this shit is pretty fucking accurate, it's pretty good. It's really good. So I kind of just want to just go over just the title of each person and kind of their description and uniform. All right, we got the time, and I think it's gonna be a lot of laughing in this shit. So you guys be fucking prepared.
Okay.
All right, so we start out with the kid, right? Just a young kid, and he doesn't have the money to get the ticket, so his parents pay for the ticket, and he's like, "Ma, I want to dress up. I want to do some cosplay." And of course, favorite anime is Naruto, or his parents are like know somewhat about anime, and they put him into a cosplay that they think is like child, appropriate for a child. Get them in the door, let them experience the convention. The kid is very happy, very giddy. Most of the time, the parent gets into that vendor room and the kid is fucking gone. He's like gone, right? And he honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. Being a kid at an anime convention, depending on the convention that you're at, this is something that we talked about in a previous episode. But if I'm a kid and I'm gone in the vendor room, I'm telling you, you're going to be seeing everything, and you're going to be seeing a lot of different cosplays. And you're going to be seeing some cosplays that are, what's the word?
Risque?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You will definitely get your experience at a convention. You're going to come out of there with a really high-pitched voice, then you're going to come out of there like, "Hey, what's up, ma? How you? What's up, ma? I don't know what happened. I was just going to each vendor, and I don't know. I just saw some stuff that just, I don't know. It just.
Time out.
I just, I don't know what happened, but I saw somebody dressed up as Robin from One Piece, and it I don't know.
Changed my life.
Yeah, it did. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, ma. Naruto. I mean, Naruto's cool, but I like me a Nami though. You know what I mean? I like me a Nami though, for real. Like, oh shit, nah. But yeah, you got that kid who it could be their first, second con. Usually, like dressed up if they're going with the family. Usually, like a family cosplay together.
So now that you say that, now I see it. So you remember when we went to MomoCon?
Yeah.
You remember we had Gene with us? Well, he was with me.
Oh, like, yeah. Gene was great. Yo. How many? Okay, let's preface this. How old was he then?
I think he was like, so this is his first con. Like,
yeah.
But he was a teenager. Not like necessarily a kid, but he was a teenager. And this is his first one.
But he wasn't 18.
He was not 18.
He was not 18. Okay. So if I remember, I was playing in a trading card tournament, but I remember when I got back to the Airbnb, I remember you telling me about the number of, I would say, women that were like,
he was in
Inosuke. Yeah. So he had the boar mask on, no shirt with the pants. Yeah. And I remember you telling me about the number of women that were trying to book him.
Yeah.
They were trying to book this dude. This is Atlanta, yo. They were trying to book him, and like I said, let me preface this: he was not 18 at the time, not 18, and I don't know if these were older women. I don't know if they're women his age, but that's crazy. Crazy.
And the reason I thought about it because, like, you mentioned, like, when the kid gets there, he's just gone. He was gone.
Yeah, yeah. That boy was gone.
Until it was time to go. I was like, all right, time to go.
That boy was gone. So, yeah, man, that kid is just first con, and they bright out and bushy tail. And most of the time, with that kid, you have the chaperone. The chaperone is just there to do exactly what the title says. The chaperone. Kid can't come in alone. And it's just the parent that's there. Not in a cosplay. Dressed in regular clothing. Purse in hand. Just chilling. Probably like their favorite kind of like anime or anime-like type of movie or show is probably like Spirited Away or some shit because they just saw it, on Netflix or some shit like that. And, they're just like, oh yeah, I know the animes. You know what I mean? Like, and, you just watched, just Spirited Away and shit like that. Or you might have seen your own child just like watching something in passing, right? So not too much to them, but probably walks around with hand sanitizer and has the kid wear a mask like the whole time. Then, oh my gosh, this is what you run into a lot. And you could probably smell them coming before you even see them. So the next one is the otaku, right? And the way this describes them, you ever wonder why Dealer Booths only have 2 One Piece figures, but a whole crate of the latest mech shows? Here's why. So these are the dudes that are like, some of them, but you can tell, like, if you're a grown ass man with like the slick back ponytail, it's your style, it's whatever. But they the type of motherfuckers that walk out the con with like a body pillow of their favorite, like of like Nico Ramen. Of Nico Ramen or Nami on a body pillow, and they take it home. Remember that? It's like remember that video I sent you of the dude with the hat, and he has like that really high pitched voice. And he was like, he goes to this dude's house and his mom makes some pizza rolls. That's the otaku type dude. Like the type of guy that, is wearing like the bowler hat and will look at you and say, "Milady," and then yo.
I hate you. I officially hate you.
And yeah, that's that. It's that type of guy. Some of them are cool. Some of them aren't. Some of them use deodorant. Some of them don't. It's just the way that it is. And then they're the ones that like creep and just like look at the cosplays because most of the time they're not in cosplay. Let's just get that straight. They're not in cosplay. They're in like the basic shit, and they critique other people's cosplay and are like, that's not right. That's not canon.
Be like, that character's not black. And then you gotta be like, okay, and the characters are not white; they're Asian.
Oh yeah, it's definitely them. It's them. It's definitely some of them for sure. Definitely some of them. So that's the thing. You can spot them out pretty quick. They usually hang out with each other. They're usually all together with each other. I will say this. You might see some with the ponytail. If you see some black ones, the black ones usually have afros. They usually got like really long hair, like a little a little fro going on. You know what I mean? So you definitely see them, for sure. And usually like a button down with like a t-shirt underneath, or like a t-shirt with. What'd he say?
I said, needing a lineup.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I need one too, but
it's different. You know the ones I'm talking about, with the terrible ones.
I know you're talking about. This next one had me going because I don't know people like this, but I see them, and they usually all hang out with each other, and they're really loud. So the paddler, and I like this description here, runs around the con, clomping at random and yelling "Baka Baka," and tries to get Full Metal Alchemist cosplayers to make out with each other. That's crazy. And they're the ones that usually, in like kimonos, read pink cotton bathrobes. I can't. I have seen.
Yeah, they're usually the ones that are like in the courtyard or outside, like
running
around. Yeah, that's them. That's them.
They're the ones I think that like get like really excited when they see a person cosplaying a character, and the cosplay is really good, and they're like, "Can I get a picture with you? Can I please get a picture with you?" Or they're the ones that like get on the ground and start bowing because they see the you guys, I'm not just saying this shit I'm not saying this shit just to say this shit. This is shit that I have seen. So I'm not just I'm not just saying this shit to say this shit. Let me be clear. This is shit that I have seen, and Lexi has probably seen also. I'm telling you, it's a thing. So
it's a thing.
Yeah. So it's definitely a thing. They're like, I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely a thing. For sure. This one is going to be funny. The artist is going to be funny because I have a story about that. Then you had the boyfriend. The boyfriend is basically just there. His girlfriend is into anime. She's like, "Hey, let's do a couple's cosplay." They do a couple's cosplay. They go as the spy family or some shit like that. Or
it's mostly like Vegeta and Bulma. That.
Oh yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. And like it's Vegeta, not Vegeta in like his Saiyan suit, but like Vegeta in like regular clothes with the mustache.
Mm-hmm. With the bad man shirt.
Yeah. What do I say? What am I saying? Here, because his anime fan girlfriend said it would be fun, silently tell self, gonna get a blowjob all day. Oh shit. Nah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's definitely you see them too. I don't see them a lot though. I see more most of the time it's like the girlfriend and the boyfriend are both like anime lovers, and they both just are there.
You've seen the girls in the dealer room that like have a boyfriend that's paying for everything. And like
I wasn't gonna say that, but I'm happy that you did.
I'm gonna put it out there. No, he's paying for everything, and like he can be into it, but most of the time he's not. He just like, all right, whatever. What you want? Okay.
He definitely looks at the very like The very what's the word? The very good looking cosplays. I'll put it like that. Yeah.
And like,
yeah, he definitely.
And you've seen it because it's usually the ones that have the skimpiest cosplays that'll have.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god. Oh, that's crazy. Okay. Next is the artist. Now, I have a story about this. This is, and I read this, I started laughing because they had that their favorite anime was Hellsing. Now, my story is, I met a woman who was a digital artist and a tattoo artist, and that is her favorite anime. And I started laughing my ass off when I read this because I don't know what it is about Hellsing, and I it's something that I need to watch.
One of my favorites.
So I thought that was funny because the artist is definitely somebody that you see. They're going around looking at other people's artwork within the vendor room, buying some artwork, trying to sell their own artwork while they're there. So the artists really aren't that bad. They're actually really chill. And just cool motherfuckers just to be around. Yeah, not really too much about them. This next one though, I can agree with this pretty wholeheartedly. All right. So the next people at a convention is the gamer. Gamer, you know, pretty I wouldn't compare the gamer and the otaku with each other.
They're on different ends. So like he's gonna be that otaku just for gaming, like, and then you're gonna have that otaku that's just like everything else, like fandom wise. So
right,
yeah.
You know that a person is a gamer when they come in with the backpack on the bag because they usually got an arcade stick or controllers in that bitch.
Yep.
Some type of energy drink to keep them up because they got a tournament to do at this convention. Right? It's usually a group of them together that come in because they know they about to kill some shit. Right? Usually don't they might cosplay like maybe like one day, but then after that day, if it's like a tournament day, they're focused on tournament the whole time, and they're spending the whole time within where the tournament is. They're getting their practice in bright and early. They're going as soon as the doors open. They're going, or most of the time, doors open, game room opens maybe like an hour later. They're in there setting up stuff, getting their shit together, and they're practicing and just playing against people that want to just sit down and just play against them because they're getting the practice in that they need to get. They play Smash, Tekken, Guilty Gear, any fighting game you can think of, Soul Calibur, whatever. They're in there because they on a mission to do some damage for sure. They got the hitbox ready to go, and they're good. I don't
know. You forgot. There's also that DDR gamer too that will stay in the game room all freaking day and playing nothing with DDR.
Yep. That's real shit. These are this is real as fuck. This is real. And I will also put within the gamer the trading card player also. Or the board game player also. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The trading card gamer is from the jump. Because I've been in tournaments at conventions. They're already at the table. They're going through their decks. They can't change the deck because they already submitted their deck. You have to submit beforehand. So you're going through your deck. You're thinking about all the possibilities and all your matchups that you're playing against. Right? I was playing Digimon at MomoCon. So you're thinking about your matchups. You're making sure you got all your cards together, making sure you're good to go. Like I said, you usually come in groups or you end up meeting people there and you're just going through practice matches because you're just focused on that. right? Like I said, you might cosplay the first day, but tournament day, you're in the fucking zone. That's it. That's it. Yeah. I mean, it's nothing else about them. They're pretty simple. You know what I mean? Pretty, I think gamers know that there's a stigma about people that, like, they know that they're going to be otakus, and so they shower and put on deodorant because they know that.
Not always.
Not always, but some of them know, like, man, that's probably people going to be thinking I'm walking around smelling like ass all day. So they take into consideration. They do take that into consideration for sure. Next, the journalist. I would say the journalist is more of a person who's volunteering within the convention, or they're like a freelance photographer who's trying to get people to pay for them services. You'll see them, like, for example, at MomoCon, a lot of photographers were like outside. Like, there was near the vendor room, if I'm not mistaken, you had to go down the escalator.
Yeah.
And near the vendor room, there was an outside place that had like a little pond and stuff and all that shit. So a lot of photographers were out there making money, taking pictures of people's cosplays and stuff like that and all that shit. So that's what I would think the journalist is. You don't really see many people nowadays publishing for, hold on, scratch that. Journalists can also take into consideration people that are in social media. So people with the GoPro cameras or the camera setups, and they're doing fucking dances while you're trying to get into the fucking vendor room, and they're in the middle of the goddamn line just doing dances and shit, looking like fucking cats and all that shit. Like, get the fuck out the way. I need to go spend my money. So, nothing against them at all.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's
but they do that shit in the most weirdest places. Take that shit to the side. But definitely, so people that do social media, photographers, people that work for the con or volunteer at the con, for sure. People that want, I would say these are people that are trying to meet new people, get, kind of promote and kind of just be seen. Just want to be seen by people, right? And I would say most of the time, their cosplays are usually pretty good. They usually put a lot of thought and care into their cosplays because they do want to be seen. So they put the time in to do it, yeah. So the journalists, we add a little bit more to that because just sitting here thinking about it, you're like, oh yeah, that could be somebody who's in social media and has like TikTok or Instagram and stuff like that. For sure. Okay. So the fangirl.
I'm the fangirl.
You know,
I'm the fangirl.
When, yeah. I would say that's a bulk of. I'm not gonna say all, but I would say that's a pretty big amount of the women that are at conventions are fangirls, and there's fanboys too. Let's keep it real. Like, I'll go. I went fucking ape shit meeting Mark Henry and Giancarlo. I went fucking ape shit meeting them two motherfuckers. Right? So I get it. When you meet the voice actor and stuff like that you want to meet that plays your favorite character. I get it. Most of the time they come in groups. They got the messenger bag with the pins on it. They got their pins expressing themselves, right? You know what I mean? They're going around. They're in the vendor room. This is going to sound crazy, but it will make sense. They want to leave with something that is soft and stuffed. They want to have more pins. They want to leave with some type of figurine if they can. And if they have pets, they're getting something for their cats or dogs. Boom. And that goes for fangirls and fanboys. For sure. Definitely. They're taking pictures with people that are in their favorite, characters cosplay. For sure. This description is pretty accurate. Tears through the dealer room and artist alley, buy anything and everything featuring Kenshin. Pins. The uniform is pins, badges, shirts, whatever's got his face on it. So it's like I said, I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, this is accurate as fuck. This shit is so fucking accurate because it makes sense and it's real shit. It's real shit. For sure. So as Lexi said, she is a fangirl, and I have to agree with that. Yeah. You go to that con and you're like, I'm going to find this character in everything that I can get. Everything. If it's a pillow, if it's any fucking thing, I'm getting it. Funko Pop, if I find it, I'm getting it.
It's coming back with me.
Yeah, I'm getting that shit. If I see something with Spike on it and I got the money, this is Lexi. I'm in her head, right? This is her. If I see anything with Spike on it, I'm buying it. Even though I already have most of the Spike stuff already. That and Anya. Anya and Spike, I'm buying it. I'm buying it.
Especially Anya. If it's Anya.
I'm buying it immediately. What is it?
We need another price. Don't care. Just give it to me.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
So, yeah, fangirls and fanboys, definitely, this is real as fuck. Like I say, next time you go to your convention, you're going to notice this shit, and you're going to be like, holy shit. Okay. So, this next one, I would say the Catboy, furries, anybody that's within that whole, I would even say people that are within the BDSM world too. So you definitely do see this. Definitely.
You see Catboy and Raver. Like if you're ever at MomoCon and you go late at night, like 8, 9, and you in the courtyard, you'll see it.
Oh yeah. Shit, you'll see that shit at Queen City Convention. Yeah. You'll see that shit at Queen City Convention. Shit, the Catboy or Catgirl and the Raver are like, they're like one. Yeah, they're like that. They're like they're in that same joint. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see. Do you see the favorite anime? Whatever you want, Master. No, that's crazy. That is crazy. And then for the Raver, the favorite anime is FLCL. I never watched it, but I know exactly what it is. Because FLCL reminds me the way that, if I remember correctly, the colors of it reminds me of oh my gosh, what was the game that we talked about?
Jet Set Radio.
Yeah, it reminds me of Jet Set Radio. That's exactly what it reminds me of. Jet Set Radio.
Yeah. So my friend Jason that we had on, That's his favorite game, and his favorite anime is Bully Girl.
No, it's not for real. Oh shit! Yeah, it reminds me of Jet Set Radio to a T. When I was reading this, I was like, yeah. You definitely, like I said, Catboy and the Raver, they definitely go hand in hand with each other, like hand in hand for sure. And then you have this guy here, this bystander guy. This motherfucker is just he just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong place at the wrong time. He booked it. He didn't know what the fuck was going on that weekend. He was like, man, I'm just want to get away. I got a business meeting or something. And he's in the lobby like, what the fuck going on here?
That happened. So you remember at Queen City? That happened, remember? Because we were like, I think it was when me and Ellie were checking in, and then like guy in plain clothes is like, what's
Yeah. You on the these are the motherfuckers that are in the elevator and a whole bunch of people in cosplay get on the elevator and you in the middle, the bystanders in the middle just looking around like, all right, word. Okay. Cool. And most of the time if it's an anime weekend, they usually are in a room. It's probably loud. They're annoyed. And they're like, I gotta get the fuck out of here because it's fucking I don't know what to do. I'm going fucking ape shit right now. I'm gonna tell you this, man. This shit was accurate as hell. Honestly, if I can get this in a poster, I would.
You should definitely
because it's just so good that I was just like, oh my gosh, it makes so much sense. It made so much sense. Oh my goodness. The gamer, I would say, and it's one more thing too that I would add that you see at the convention is this is like a realm of their own, but it's a cosplay. It's a certain cosplay that you'll see, and you're always going to see like a herd of Deadpools. Just in different variations. Mm-hmm. You're going to see a herd of Deadpools in different variations for sure. Definitely. That's also something that you're going to see for sure. Man, I think all of these you will see. The otaku, the paddler.
Okay, but gamer. It is missing a few. So it's missing like the panelist, like that person that gets up super early to get like all their panels in. They got a whole entire list of all the panels that they want to see.
Oh yeah. Or the I would also see. I think the fangirl when they say that they're in the dealer room and stuff like that. I think that's one thing, but I also do think that there's another, like the vendor, like there should just be one called the vendorer. I don't know if that's a word or not, but like that's the only reason why you go to these conventions is for that. You know that once a year or a couple months in the year, you're going to a convention and you're going to rack the fuck up on artwork, figurines, and anything that deals with the anime that you like. Classic video. Oh shit. And then you got the people that are like into like the classic toys and the classic video games and all that shit. Because the gamers go to the vendor room. They're not in that bitch wrong. Huh?
That would be like the collectors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go to collect shit.
Yeah. They have a bag that you never seen before, but this bag can fit everything that they buy. Yeah. Those motherfuckers come in there with basically a damn Nike big ass just satchel. And they got everything that they need in that motherfucker. Wallet, make sure their wallet is safe, all that shit. They ready to go. It's a mission. It's a mission. They're the first person to step foot off of that escalator into that vendor room, and they're on the move. They do at least 3, 4, 5, or 6 laps around the whole vendor room to make sure that they got everything they need. And then, here's the funny shit, they'll come back the next day
and do it again.
And then try to get shit cheaper because they know that these people are trying to sell shit off. I get it. I totally get it. And then at some conventions, you have the people that are just there for models. Like I'm pretty sure at MomoCon they had a section where you were able to like build your own Gundams and all that stuff and all that shit. And some people are just into that. Definitely. That's it. Some people are just into straight artwork. All I want is straight artwork. That was me for a minute. I wanted artwork because I knew I was going to buy a house. And as you can see, well, it's blurry, but all the stuff behind me that I have is all artwork from cons, from different artists and stuff like that. In front of me, oh my gosh, I got these from Queen City. In front of me, I have Peach, I have Browsette, and I have, I forgot what her name was. Fuck. But all 3 of these pictures I have up here are like them in their thickest form. They are like hips and everything.
Yeah. I know. The picture behind me, that Fallout one, that came from MomoCon. That Spike Scroll came from, I think, I can't remember. Either it was Dragon Con or MomoCon. There's another scroll over here for Black Butler with Sebastian and CL that came from MomoCon. So yeah, like we just get stuff from cons and put it in our house.
Yeah. I would also tell people when you're at these vendors, get cards. Get their cards. Because you might like the way that they draw shit and their artwork, and you might want more of it. Get their cards, use it. You know, like, why not? You know what I mean? But yeah, this, like I said, I saw this. I thought it was the most accurate shit ever, and it totally made sense. We didn't even have to like look at this word for word. We kind of already knew these people because, I mean, shit. This ain't this. You know, we're not fucking newbies at this shit. We're pretty seasoned, and I've seen shit. We've seen shit for sure. But yeah, damn, this was a good one, especially for some shit I just came off. It was just like, hey, let's talk about this.
Good job.
Thank you. But yeah, I will say for upcoming episodes, actually, we're gonna have a pretty good one. If you have any pets or you have any pet questions, cats, dogs, shit like that, let us know. We're gonna have a guest. We're gonna have a guest. My sister's gonna be on here, and it should be good. You know, she can answer some questions. I have some questions for her and stuff like that. And yeah, I think that would be a really good episode for sure. But is there anything else that you would want to add?
Yeah, you guys don't forget, if you haven't, definitely follow us on our social media. And if you guys want to reach out to us, like I said in the top of the description, usually there's like a send a text